So first you have to find the derivative of y in order to find where the slope is 0. So y prime equals negative 3x squared minus 15x plus 72. And you can factor out a negative 3. So we get negative 3 times x squared minus, x squared plus rather, 5x minus 24. Yeah. And then you can factor that. So y prime equals negative 3x, and that's going to be 8 and 3. So then x plus 8 and x minus 3. Yep, we'll get you that. So that's the factor form. And so we know that it has zeros at, so the two zeros are negative 8 and 3. And so I'll go ahead and make a sign chart. Negative 8 and 3. Plug in negative 9. It's going to be a negative there, obviously, and then a negative here, and a negative here. So that will be negative. Plug in 0. It's going to be negative, positive, negative. It's going to be positive. Plug in a 4. It's going to be positive there, and negative here, which will result in a negative. So now we know that y increases on negative infinity to negative 8, and, it decreases. Y decreases on negative 13 to negative 8, and 3, 2, and 12. Because y prime is negative in those intervals. Okay, I'm just gonna flip it around. And then we know that y prime, so we have y prime is increasing, or no, y is increasing from negative 8 to 3. Negative 8 to 3, because y prime is positive on that interval. Now, to find the relative and absolute extrema, we know that there's extrema at negative 13 and 12, and negative 8 and 3. So at negative 8, there is going to be a min. At 3, there's going to be a max. And then at 12, there's going to be a min. And at 13, there's going to be a max. So draw our table here. X, Y, negative 13, negative 8, 3, and 12. And this is where we're going to find out whether they're relative or absolute. So at negative 13, (197) minus minus 1267.5 plus 936 plus 12. 197 minus 1267.5 minus 936 plus 12. At negative 13, there's a point of 5.5. Okay, at negative 8. $512 minus 480 plus negative 576 plus 12 equals negative 532. At 3, we have a maximum. Negative 3 cubed is negative 27 minus 7.5 times 9 minus 67.5 plus 72 times 9 times negative 3 rather plus negative 216 plus 12 minus 216. At 3 we have negative 298.5, or I guess, wait, hold up. Negative 27 minus 67.5 plus 72 times 3, 121.5 plus 12 is 133.5. 133.5 at 3. And at 12, the last one, 12 cubed, 172.8, negative 1728 minus 7.5x squared, 12 squared times 7 minus 1008 plus 72 times 12 plus 864 plus 12 minus 1008 plus 864 plus 12 equals negative 1860. Okay, so at negative 13 we said we had a max. That is going to be a relative. At negative 8 we have a absolute min, relative max. At 3 we have absolute max. And at 12 we have a absolute min. So at 8 there's actually relative min. All right, now for our explanation. For the explanation, there is a relative min at negative 13 because negative 13 is a left endpoint and the function decreases to the right of it on negative 13 to negative 8. There is a relative relative max. There's a relative max at negative 13. Hope that doesn't matter. There is a relative minimum at negative 8 because the function decreases on negative 13 to negative 8 and then increases on negative 8 to 3. Now moving on, there is an absolute maximum at 3 because, and I'm just going to say because f prime changes signs from -8 to 3 and then to 3 to 12. And finally, there is an absolute minimum at 12 because x equals 12 is a right endpoint and the function decreases to the left of it. Thank you for watching.